Hello my gorgeous Aquarius, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you my gorgeous Aquamarini, and it's for September 2022. When it comes to numerology, you have got an interesting one indeed. In numerology, your number is going to be 2014. That means in itself that you are going to be facing the situation when it comes to the mid-September where you are going to feel just a little bit of let down by someone. This is important. When you feel a little bit of let down by someone, that in itself is such a ridiculously powerful stage, because on one hand, this is going to open your eyes. It's to do with an information that you're going to become aware of. Subconsciously, you already knew this information, so this is not going to completely surprise you. But what is actually going to surprise you, like a hidden enemy that you are going to become aware of at the same time. But you know what? This is important because, you should be grateful, because you will know who you can trust and who you cannot trust at this stage of your life, okay? At this stage of your life, this is very important, and even more so, it's actually going to lead you towards a new interest in matters, especially when it comes to number one, your financial security, and number two, taking a full leadership role. This is also going to be so significant right now. It is going to come to you like a breath of a fresh air, because almost like you were like longing for this moment in time, almost like you were waiting for this to happen, almost like you wanted for this to happen in order to set yourself free. This is an important time when it comes to you being a free spirit, and the importance of acting as spontaneously as possible without over-analyzation whatsoever. But then on another hand, my gorgeous Aquamarini, you are most importantly setting yourself free. I want to say to you that especially when it comes to the actual 14th, 15th of September, there is going to be such a significant sign, also such an important omen, such an important sign. And the sign that you are going to have, it's going to help you so much to actually understand which unhealthy attachment do you must kind of cut out of your life, because you will know through this sign and through this omen the way this unhealthy attachment is actually starting to drain your energy. This in itself, like the sooner you act on it, the better it's actually going to be. But at the same time, look, my gorgeous Aquamarini, at the same time, as soon as you become aware of that sign on the 14th and the 15th of September, it's not only like a knowing, like, you know what I mean, what exactly do you need to cut out of your life. It's going to become obvious what is like kind of making you sad instead of making you feel happy. It's going to become obvious that this aspect of your life, it's only kind of making things kind of like messing things up for you, and it's only like kind of slowing you down. But most importantly, just you becoming aware of exactly what this unhealthy attachment is. At the same time, you are really going to do something really remarkable when it comes to your karma, and when it comes to like becoming very generous after that moment in time, especially when it comes to your strength returning. And at the same time, I take the strength card out. You see, this is like, look at this, when it comes to this unhealthy attachment, I'm sorry, I know, I'm sorry, because I'm being dark lallish again, but I can only tell you what I think. This dark attachment is to do with a certain person in your life, that is just like kind of taking over, and that certain person in your life, it's very close to you, in fact ridiculously close to you, and I think that you kind of know quite a lot who am I talking about. But the problem with this person is not only that this person is like a unhealthy attachment to you, this person is being quite dishonest, and this person is having like some kind of hidden agenda, and I don't like this whatsoever. I'm sorry, what I see here I don't like, because it's connected to a person that is very close to you, and they're playing some kind of a game. I do not like this whatsoever. They're playing some kind of a game. They are seeing I don't like it. This person is very money motivated, very materialistic person, but there is something wrong with this person quite a lot on so many many different levels. This person is also very much so closely like kind of connected to some kind of addiction, or like an addiction problem. Something is not right on so many different levels, but you are already kind of aware of it. But at the same time, you may not be aware of the level of dishonesty of these people, of this person. Instead of seeing some kind of love, some kind of emotions and things like that, I'm sorry, my gorgeous Aquamarini, but what I see here, it's a hidden agenda. It is a pure hidden agenda from that person. There is something that person is focusing on money, on finances, or something really kind of materialistic that is around you. So I do not see what I should see. I do not see like a genuine emotions. I'm seeing something else. And for the love of God, I really hope that you realize and recognize who this is. Open your eyes before it's too late. I'm not saying that it's going to be too late, but the longer you stay around this specific person, the longer this person is going to suck you out. It's going to be sucking you out in so many different ways. Not only energetically this person is sucking you out, but at the same, you're an empath, my gorgeous Aquamarini. You know this about feeling when your energy is off around someone, but then sometimes your emotions and things like that can take the better of you, you know, and that means that, you know, sometimes you can like kind of think a lot through your own emotions, and then you need to get to the stage and the point in your life where you are going to finally be honest with yourself. Not only being honest with yourself, but kind of like do something about it. I think that you are going to recognize who this is very, very easily, because you know what I mean? It's like as soon as you know who this is, and as soon as you understand what exactly do you need to do, you know, this is going to reflect on your own strength. So that person is not only like really dishonest around you, that person is at the same time draining your energy. It's affecting your balance. It's making you feel like kind of, that person is making you feel depressed instead of making you feel happy. Like for example, you know, it's making you feel negative instead of making you feel positive, and even more so. You know what? Something is not right, because it's affecting your confidence, it's affecting your self-esteem. So you need to work this out. I think that we are talking about someone who is not really genuine, somebody who is quite dishonest, and on top of that, my lord, somebody who's acquired a bit of an energy vampire, somebody who had like a very kind of difficult childhood, but then you are the one who's picking up the pieces around that person. It's nothing to do with you. It's not your problem. I know it sounds really, really horrible, but sometimes we just need to kind of see where this breaking point is coming from. Because when something is starting to affect your confidence, when someone is starting to affect your self-esteem, you know, it's not necessarily that we are immediately aware of it, but only when we reach this stage of our life, we kind of feel, oh my god, something is not right. So you see what I mean? It's not good, no, because you know, people like this have got like such an impact on our lives, where we tend to like feel very uncomfortable around, but we are not kind of aware of it. So it's like kind of takes over our mind, our spirit, our soul in such a way where we think that when we think that we are happy, but as soon as that person goes away, you're just acting in a completely different way. And the more of that happens, the more you're going to realize. And a lot of that it's actually going to happen throughout the month of September. So you will know who this is. I'm sorry I'm keep on banging about it. I'm sorry I'm keep on talking about it, my gorgeous Aquamarine. But this is really serious. This is really important. And there are going to be few different instances. You see, this is one specific person that is affecting you like this. So there are going to be few different instances throughout the actual month of September where that person is going to be a little bit away from you, and then you're going to kind of start realizing and getting the real picture here, just through your own feelings, through your own emotion, through your emotions, through your own energy, through your own vibration. And then there is somebody who's very, very close to you, somebody very genuine, beautiful, like a friend or a family member, who is actually going to try to point something out to you, and normally that would piss you off, but this time you're going to be like, you know what, yeah, you're going to kind of feel this differently. So someone very, very close to you, like a family member, in between the 17th of September and the end of that month, like a family member, a very, very close friend, is going to point something specific about that person, and then normally that would like, you know what, stay away from my business, blah blah blah. Normally you would be like that, but now you're gonna be, you know what, that's, you know, you're gonna feel this in a different ways, in a different way, and this is a very, very healthy sign. So the sooner you realize, the sooner you're going to get your balance back, and you kind of like, you need to understand, you need to recognize, you know, who this is. So because you are going to literally protect yourself on so many different levels indeed, you see. And also, once you realize who this person is, you see this. Once you realize who this person is, it's almost like, I'm sorry, it's like a spiritual domino. You're gonna realize like, oh my God, that person is connected to every single aspect of your life, and every single like time when something went wrong, that person kind of bounced back, or that person became obvious that that person was like a part of it, and also even more so, that person was adding up to your problems. Because you see, this is all like a one last final push that you are going to have, because you have so much more, so much on your back because of that particular person. You think this person is doing great things to you, but it's no, baby, no, it's complete opposite. So it's about this one final push that you're actually going to have, and once that happens, you will see the massive huge burden in your life, it's slowly going to come to an end. You know, it's like becoming like a naughty child or something, you know, in a funny way of speaking, but you know, not a naughty child, but you know what I mean. It's like an energy of like, oh God, like something that never like kind of reached a certain stage of their spiritual existence. You know, these people are very strange when they don't reach the certain stage of their spiritual existence, which means that they're never going to understand what we understand. They're never going to reach the certain level of understanding, my gorgeous aquamarini. So this is indeed very, very important indeed, and I'm sorry that I went to talk for so long about that specific person, but I know that this is affecting you, and you need to realize who this is. On another hand, it's like, oh my Lord, pay attention to the actual stage and the period at around the 22nd of September. This is such a brilliant news that you are going to have. This is a fantastic news. This news is going to surprise you, and it's to do with your development. So like, oh my God, it's like oh, the next stage of wherever you are, whatever you do, whatever you're facing on, whatever you're going through. This is going to lead towards like the second stage of where you need to go. It's going to point to the direction where you need to walk through, where you need to go to. So it's like a promotion of your life, literally going on the next stage, okay, after that news that you are going to have at around the 22nd of September, okay. And that in itself, it's like gonna, as I said, it's to do with your own improvement, you know, it's to do with your own development, it's to do with your own promotion, but it's a lot to do with the outcome of the past, you know, of past efforts, of things that you have been working for, of things that you were trying to achieve, you know. And it also, this is to do a lot within the last 2 years, I would say. It's a lot to do with the hard work, and it's a lot to do with you putting so much energy towards something very, very specific. You just gave yourself to it, and it's brilliant. The more of yourself you gave to it, the more you're gonna gain out of it. And this is the outcome of past effort that I'm talking about, because very strongly I know that this is to do with your rebirth, and this is to do with your spiritual transformation, which you're not even going to become aware of it now. When things are going to explode in your life completely, it's going to be in February 2023. Yes, your month. In February 2023, things are going to explode in the best possible way. Like your life, it's going to be completely different, and you are going to find yourself in a completely different environment. And this is going to be the part of the big change, which is most certainly going to start now, because you are going to slowly but surely starting to get rid of that unhealthy attachment that I'm talking about. So you will see how everything is amazingly connected. And also, for the love of God, you know, at around the 22nd, I know, I always go on about it, but every single time when it comes to us like ascending onto the next level, you know, in spiritual terms and things like that, it's always that one person, it's always that someone, you know, from the past that you're going to feel so angry about, you know, suddenly at around the 22nd of September as well. And, you know, this is the part of the challenge, you know. At around the 22nd of September, you're also going to basically I don't even know what I was going to say now for a second. Come back to yourself, Sasha. Come back to yourself. Come back to yourself. What were you talking about? No, the 22nd, at around the 22nd of September. I don't even know what I was saying now. Okay, so so it's basically to do like it's to do with this, you know, like the actual. It's to do with your development. It's to do with your promotion. It's to do with the outcome of the past efforts, which is going to lead towards your own rebirth. I'm trying to very quickly refresh my memory, but at the same time, you know, it's to do with you understanding that this is all part of that unhealthy attachment. Yeah, I've just remembered now. Sorry. You see, I was just trying to remember. Thank you, spirits. So it's a lot to do with like you starting to feel really angry about one specific person, and this is your such a big chance. So at around the 22nd of September 2022, now suddenly you're gonna feel this anger about someone in your past, like from a long time ago, that you've been angry about for absolutely forever, for an eternity, and now this anger became something else, you know. So it's to do with an emotional connection with someone, but then again that person wasn't fulfilling their emotional role, so it created this karmic spiritual knot that you must at all costs, you have to work on. So this is going to give you an amazing opportunity to put as much light towards the shadow within yourself. We have to like visit very kind of dark parts of ourselves very often. The more often we visit the dark parts of ourselves, the more often we bring a light into our spirit, into our soul, and the more light we bring in, the more we are going to heal. So this is a very great sign. As soon as you become aware of it, around the 20 seconds, someone in your mind is going to be like, oh yeah, that bastard or something. You're gonna think, oh, that snake, you know, and this whatever, you know, this person did to you in the past. Just try to understand it's the part of the progress process for you to, it's not just coming out of the blue to you, this anger about this person, but this is a clear sign and indication to try to forgive and forget, because this is needed so much. Because as soon as you do that, within one single day, you are going to become aware of absolutely brilliant ideas that are at the same time going to make you feel extremely successful. They're gonna give you time to relax and chill out and to enjoy your life, but it's also, these brilliant ideas are also going to help you to overcome obstacles with faith that everything is absolutely going to work out. And this in itself is going to give you a clear sign and indication to communicate and talk as much as you can, to put your foot down as much as you can. This is very important for you to remember, my gorgeous Aquamarini. But at the same time, please, especially over the last 7 days, you know, a lot is going to be happening over the last 7 days in September. A lot you're going to become aware of on the outside, okay? On the outside, that hasn't got anything to do with your life in particular, hasn't got anything to do with your spiritual bubble, hasn't got anything to do with you. But sometimes the devilish energy on the outside, you know, has got that power to kind of get stuck at our subconscious mind, and this is something that kind of takes over without us even realizing. And it's also like a little bit like a mind control type of thing, you know. So you just sometimes, you know, you just have to kind of understand this, that, you know, these elements of our lives can actually really kind of motivate us, but in a wrong way. It can slow us down, and it can make us think in a very negative way, and it can kind of really project so much of a negative energy that we are left with nothing by thinking extremely negatively. Every single time when we think about, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, you just like kind of subconscious mind is like, no, you can't because of this, no, you can't because of this, no, you can't because of this, no, baby, no. So my point is, what you need to remember, to just like to not to allow negative thoughts, you know, to manifest into real challenges. So try to be as optimistic as you can, okay, and things like that, you know. So this is very important, to not to allow negative thoughts to kind of like manifest into real challenges. This is very important, my gorgeous Aquamarini, indeed. When it comes to the actual nutrition, I know that your bones are going to be quite sensitive, and I know that you're going to need something to pick you up energy wise, and also you're going to need something to boost your immune system. So I highly recommend you, like a must, to actually take natural vitamin D3. Okay, this is obviously my own brand, which is superb, and it's like has got like a highly amazing exceptional ingredients, without any chemicals, without any rubbish or anything like that. that. It's just pure as you can get, and also it's suitable for vegetarians, vegans, and for absolutely everyone. So this natural vitamin D3 is something that I highly recommend you to take on a daily basis, alongside a natural zinc supplement, which is going to help you to also, like, it's going to work really brilliantly with vitamin D3, but it's also going to boost your immune system, and at the same time it's going to be superb for your skin, hair, and nails. And I know especially your skin is going to feel a little bit different, a little bit sensitive indeed. And on one more thing I was going to recommend you, this is like a big mama, organic chlorella. It's something that every single person should be taking. This is very important indeed, because the metal is absolutely everywhere. We've got the metal in the air, we've got the metal in the soil, we've got the metal in the ground. Metal is absolutely everywhere. So the metal is very, very dangerous when it comes to our health. It stops our body from absorbing nutrition, but it's also doing so many bad things when it comes to memory, mind, understanding, and things like that. So organic chlorella. Why organic chlorella? Because it has got an absolutely mind-blowing ability to detoxify us from these metals. Of course that I'm taking this every single day, so that's why I want to recommend you this. And it's also going to give you omega-3 essential fatty acids, which is fantastic when it comes to mind, memory, and things like that. It's rich in protein as well, vitamins and minerals, so it's absolutely brilliant. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Aquamarini, or not. And you can buy these vitamins. The link is going to be in the description below. And if you don't find the description below, then you can just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and you will see my vitamins coming up, and then you can just buy it that way. Okay, so now my gorgeous Aquamarini, the very first dates that are going to be important are going to be the 1st of September, 2nd of September, and the 3rd of September. Now you are going to also become aware of someone very special to you, very important to you, who is about to reconnect to you, with you, and you're going to like this so much. This is going to put a big smile on your face, and it's something that's going to inspire you. When you talk to that person, there is something that is going to inspire you, and that inspiration, it's also like kind of going to give you so much to think about. There is something that you're going to recognize within that you're not going to be able to forget about, because you will know, you will want to make this part of your life very strongly. Going back to the 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd of September, again, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I like this because you're also going to get such an amazing advice, such an incredible amazing advice you're going to get. And the advice that you're going to have, it's in itself, it's going to make you feel so good about yourself, because you will know that you are ready for something very, very special, that you are ready for like a really big and important stage of your life. But it is going to have some kind of uncertain efforts attached to it. Normally this would put you off, but because you're going to get this advice, you know, you will know that you are going to do the right thing. This in itself is going to show you to show you exactly what do you have to be committed to. So this advice, it's all about you knowing and feeling this on such a powerful level. What exactly do you need to be committed to? And this advice realization will point you towards the right direction in terms of what exactly to commit yourself to, and also and what not, what to commit yourself to and what not as well. And at the same time, you know, this is going to help you to overcome such a massive problem, what you were thinking about, what was scaring you and worrying you over the last 7 months very strongly. You know, you are going to you're going to overcome such an amazing problem. This is going to be very successful for you indeed, but at the same time, you know, it's going to put you on an advantage, and it's to do with a victory. But it's also to do with a very, very important conversation that you're going to need to have after that moment in time. An important conversation is going to happen in between the 21st and the 27th of September 2022. And that important conversation is going to turn into something very, very successful in terms of you having a negotiation where you will just know, oh my God, this negotiation is so big, man, because you are going to really deal with a part of your life that you will know exactly what to do in order to not to kind of make your life self-destructive. And there's a lot going to be on your mind, like a people that you came across, something maybe that they're doing, or something that you don't want to do, and something that you know that it's maybe not okay, you know what I mean? So all this is going to come up like, oh yeah, my God, you know, this is the right thing to do, most importantly, most certainly. So, you know, this is very, very important indeed. When it comes to the second date, the second important date, it's going to be on the 16th of September. On the 16th of September, you are, my goodness, you know, there is a completely unexpected situation. It's actually going to happen. Something is going to happen completely unexpectedly. Even more so, you are somehow going to find yourself being somewhere where it's completely unplanned. In fact, it's going to happen quite abruptly. So for example, you've been planned like to, for example, you've been planned to go to swim, for example. Do you know what I mean? You've been planned to go to swim, for example. And then suddenly, oh my God, Jane calls you and said, oh, listen, do you know what? Shall we just do this? Or blah, blah, blah. And then you on your way to Jane, you know, going through this forest, you know, in order to get to Jane. And then suddenly, oh my God, an unexpected situation. So you were going to swim, but you ended up with the Jane. So on your way to the Jane, something is going to happen. Do you see what I mean? So it's like along those terms, you're going to find yourself within this energy and dimension and vibration where everything is going to be different, so that naturally it's going to bring the best out in you in a way when you respond to things. So it's the best way to respond to things is to preserve our energies, to not overanalyze. So this is all about you like really responding like immediately, you know, to this situation. But then again, at the same time, once that happens, this unexpected situation happens, you know, something is just going to happen. Look at this, look. So something, an unexpected situation, something that is really going to completely unexpectedly happen to you. And when I'm shuffling these cards, see this. You see this? What you thought that you were powerless about, you will realize, oh my God, I'm not powerless about this. So this unexpected situation that is going to happen, it's going to require from you to respond in a certain way. And in that moment in time, you're going to learn something special about yourself, something new about yourself. But most importantly, you're going to realize how much power you have, how powerful you are, how strong you are, the power of putting your foot down. And at the same time, you're going to realize that you're not powerless with a certain problem, how you thought that you were powerless so far, my gorgeous aquamarinis. So this is going to be a big mama, and this in itself is going to give you time to rest, you know. So after that moment in time, it's not that this is only going to give you time to rest like mentally in terms of clarity and things like that, but after you come across this unexpected situation, you know, a lot is going to be on your mind, because you will know that a lot is going to start changing, and that in itself is going to make you first of all indecisive, but then you're going to make a decision. First of all, you're going to be indecisive, and normally that would just like really slow you down, but at this moment in time, you know, you're gonna make a quite important decision within the 16th of September and the 25th of September already, and you have to be strong here, and you have to stick to what you know from your own experience here, because this insight will show you exactly where you are limited, where you are limited yourself, but you shouldn't. So it's all gonna lead towards an important insight where you're gonna realize where you are limiting yourself, but you shouldn't. So this is why this is so important. And the insight that you are going to have, it's also going to happen at around the 16th of September. And this insight, it's going to come to you also like at the time when you're relaxing, chilling out, maybe meditating, and maybe like kind of like walking by the water. Maybe you will be sleeping, and maybe you will be grounding yourself. At the time when you're relaxing, you know, we create a very special energy around us, and we drift into all sorts of dimensions that we are normally part of, but we just feel this vividly from a completely different level, because we are accelerated, we are elevated, you know. So it just kind of gives you the different view, and that's the sacred view that I'm talking about. So this is an insight that is going to come to you, and this insight will show you exactly where you're limiting yourself, and where you shouldn't be limiting yourself. So this is why this is so important. On another hand, what else I was going to recommend you, of course, it would be this gorgeous red bracelet red jasper, and this is beautiful because you need something that is going to ground you a little bit and protect you from negative energy, because you are going to be around few little energy vampires throughout September and October 2022. So on one hand, this beautifully like kind of like really protect you, but then on another hand, it's just keep on like kind of like keeping you, making you aware of things that you wouldn't be aware of normally, in terms of things that you should be doing when it comes to your passion, when it comes to your priority, when it comes to things that are actually so important to pay attention to right now. But sometimes, you know, we need to kind of dig a little bit deeper, which takes time, you know, and experience, you know, and we need to go to certain things. And gorgeous red jasper, bracelet red jasper really helps you to like kind of make these spiritual shortcuts really quickly, really soon, in terms of understanding when it comes to your personal destination. So this bracelet red jasper, you can this comes with a sterling silver chain, and as usual you can buy this from our website, and the link is in the description below. The third important date, my gorgeous aquamarini, it's going to be on the 25th of September. Like, oh my god, this is so good. So you see, I don't want to say it's like, oh my god, the whole reading it's been like a one big massive heavy dark lala. No baby, no, because you will be very grateful when September finishes, because you are probably going to become aware of one of the most powerful achievements of your life. And I'm not only talking about like, oh, just a work, career, finances, blah, blah, blah. No, baby, no. It's to do with your emotional balance being affected, okay? And you knowing this, you feeling this, you realizing this, my gorgeous aquamarine. Is something really big is about to come to an end. But wherever there is an ending, there is also the new beginning. So the 25th of September is just like, my goodness, you know, it's something very kind of, again, you are gonna feel so spontaneous, you're gonna feel so cheeky, you're gonna feel so energetic, you're gonna feel so naughty, but in the best possible way. You know, when I say cheeky and naughty, I feel like that gorgeous, like a playful energy, like a child's energy, you know, like, oh my god, what we forgot about, you know, and things like that. I mean, children are so powerful in terms of their energy, you know. Babies, you know, when they're born, babies, you know, they remember so much within the first 2 or 3 years of their life. They just remember so much they've been through, but we don't understand that, you know, at that point, you know. Maybe lots of people do, but you know, babies remember so much, you know, when they're born, within the first few years, you know, they remember so much. But anyway, I went on babies now. But basically the 25th of September, it's actually going to make you feel really cheeky, really good. You're going to feel really happy and optimistic. And then suddenly you're going to feel an urge to go somewhere. And again, you see, this is your power, my gorgeous aquamarini. Your power is within you, creating your own energy by doing things. You know, as soon as you move, you would like create a very kind of power. You know, you start something, the movement creates power, the movement creates energy in general. But when it comes to you, this is felt like on a very, very deep level, and I can feel this very deeply, because you're going to feel re-energized on the 25th of September. But at the same time, you are really going to have such a spontaneous moment in time, spontaneous situation. You're going to feel like so, like kind of pure. You're gonna feel so like kind of like a carefree, but in the best possible way. You're gonna feel the energy and vibration you haven't felt in a long time, but you're also going to become aware of some kind of like you know, an opportunity, a start with a boundless potential. You're going to become aware of the boundless potential, boundless potential. But this is going to be like completely out of the blue, completely unplanned, completely like, my goodness, you know, it's going to start at a whole new stage of your life. The 25th of September, it's also marking the start of the whole new stage in your life. And it's going to start with like you being completely spontaneous, you completely exploring something, and that in itself, it's going to become so attractive to you. But even more so, you're going to become aware of the boundless potential, and this is also going to open your eyes, and it's going to remind you of an experience that you've been through over the last few years. And it's also going to kind of like really wisely, you're going to remember here this moment in time that you shouldn't be taking things for granted, and that in itself is really kind of going to make you understand the relevance of time and timing when it comes to this specific situation. And it's going to be brilliant, but it's because it's going to give you that little push towards this part of your life and moment, like nurture this, nurture this, and nurture this. You need to nurture this part of your life as much as you can, because it's going to help you to come out of the stagnation. I'm not saying that you were in stagnation, you know what I mean, but please do understand this. When I say that you're going to come out of the stagnation stage in the period of your life, this is a very healthy sign that you are going through your own transition, change, and you're going to suddenly kind of really become aware of like what is really getting on your nerves and what you're becoming bored in your life, and being finally honest with yourself and doing something about it. This is all going to lead towards you becoming aware of the exact sacrifice that you need to make. The sacrifice that you need to make, my gorgeous Aquamarini, it's also going to make you, the sacrifice that you need to make, again this card, the sacrifice that you need to make, it's also going to make you be so much more free, make you move freely, make you feel so much lighter. It's going to raise your energy like so much, raise your vibrations so much. But also when it comes to that sacrifice, you see, this is going to make you like a little bit indecisive. But when you find yourself indecisive, you need to remember that, you know, you have to do this because you're going to protect so much in your life. You're going to protect everything that you've done, everything that you worked for, everything that you created. So you see how important this stage is. And also it's just going to kind of, all these feelings and emotions are going to make you feel so strong and so powerful, and especially when it comes to making one of the most powerful, most important, and most like bravest decisions of your life. You are about to make such an important move, which is not only going to like make you feel so good about yourself, but also so many people in your life are gonna admire you for that so much. And also another thing that I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, would be this gorgeous tiger dendritic agate. Absolutely beautiful. This is going to help you to activate your third psychic eye, but it's also going to help you to like kind of reconnect to your subconscious mind. It's going to help you to remember your dreams. It's going to help you like every single time when you're meditating, when you're grounding yourself, when you're doing something that you love, like painting, for example. If you like painting, we create this very unique and powerful vibration and energy around us, which makes us really magnetic anyway, in terms of we manifesting without even realizing when we get to this stage of our mind. But sometimes we can control this and make even more out of it in terms of like a little messages and understanding when it comes to our personal guidance in life. So when you're wearing this gorgeous pendant, doesn't only make you feel so much calmer, but it also helps you to remember, like in this state of relaxation, like certain things that sometimes would need people years to understand. Okay. So this gorgeous tiger dendritic agate comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel. I have to say that. So thank you very much, my gorgeous Aquamarini. So now I'm just going to see briefly what is going to happen in the first part of September, mid part of September, and the last part of September. The first part of September, just remember, it's a lot about your experience, but it's a lot about you using that experience and focusing on things like career, or if you're retired, focusing on things that you really want to work on, that you need to work on in terms of taking them on the next stage. But also at the same time, what you need to remember that in the first part of September, it's time to realize, you know, you will realize, situations and people that no longer serve you as well. The mid part of September, I'm so glad here, because you know something is going to start changing here. You're going to realize that it's time to let go of the past, and this is all to do with your personal growth that is going to come from this type of challenges. But challenge is going to come from you understanding that you have to let go of the certain point of your past. Okay, and also when it comes to the last part of September, I like this so much. Very, 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 my lord, very happy news about your career. Very, very happy news about your career promotion. And this is again, if you're retired, it's going to be like a very happy news of the part of your life that you wanted to happen, that you put so much energy in, that you were working towards. It's to do with your own great achievement, but it's all going to lead towards a new area of study. Okay, so this is good. Whether you are retired, whether you are working, whether you're looking for work, it doesn't really matter. The bottom line is it's going to lead towards a new area of study that at this time of your life you should be paying attention to. So now, my gorgeous aquamarini, I'm just going to see briefly what is going to happen to those of you in relationship. So to those of you in relationship, this is going to be really, really important months, because you are basically you're going to have a news. And especially when it comes to 10, 15, 16, especially when it comes to the stage and the period in between the 18th, 19th and 20th of September, there is an important news that you are going to have, and that news is going to make both of you very, very happy. It's to do with a huge, massive accomplishment, satisfaction, but you will also, it's to do with love, joy, devotion, but also at the same time, you will know that a very, very scary and very negative period of both of your lives is slowly coming to an end. And even more so, there is an absolutely mind-blowing advice that you are both going to gain out of it. And what this advice you are going to be able to use for, you see, it's again gonna be fantastic when it comes to like things that you were working on, how to protect them. For example, how to protect those things that belong to you, but also at the same time, it's just going to really kind of like inspire both of you. What is going to happen is it's going to inspire. What is going to happen? It's going to inspire both of you when it comes to you finding yourself on the path with like, ooh la la, brand new little plans, slowly but surely coming into your life. You're going to it's going to inspire you. They're going to, lots of little plans that are going to be on both of your minds, and this is always good, of course. So now, when it comes to those of you who, where is it? Oh, here. When it comes to those of you who are actually single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous aquamarini, you need to understand that you are at around the 10th of September and at around the 20th of September, you're going to be dealing with, on both days, with the family matters, with family problems. So why am I saying this to you? At the time when you find yourself dealing with some kind of family problem, that it's really, you're going to be talking about something, some kind of conversation, something is going to be mentioned, and there is going to be a very interesting idea. So you are going to be talking about the family problems, you're going to be dealing with a certain family issues within these 2 days, and both of these 2 days are going to be just as important when it comes to something is going to be mentioned, and there is going to be an idea. And why am I saying this to you? Because that particular idea, it's also kind of going to give you an idea like where to go, and this is where this all is. It's going to give you an idea of where to go, and it's also a lot to do with you kind of like continuing with a certain part of your life, but maybe like it's in a slightly different direction or in a slightly different place. So it's to do with you continuing with something, going somewhere, but it's not going to be the same place where you used to go. This in itself, it's bringing you a massive answer where someone very special is about to come into your life, you see, which is not going to happen in September, but when it comes to the actual October, you see, when it comes to the actual October, at the beginning of October, you're still going to feel a little bit like kind of defensive, and you're still going to feel like you're not ready because it's all going to be on your mind. But at the same time, when it comes to from the mid-October, I know this is September, yes, I know, but when it comes to the mid-October and onwards, there is someone very, very special about to walk into your life. Someone very similar to you, someone very special, somebody very beautiful, somebody very interesting, somebody very like kind of like unique, unique, somebody very kind of like a spiritual, on a spiritual terms, there is something very strong that you're going to be sharing. You're going to be sharing a really strong bond, and on a spiritual terms, and this is something that is going to be growing bigger and bigger and bigger. So this is going to happen from mid-October onwards, and now we're in September. Yes, I know, but the reason why I said this to you at the time when this family matters, family problems comes up, the idea that you're going to have, it's going to be mentioned, you know, that you should continue with something ongoing somewhere. So this is the moment where you're going to realize that you have to continue with somewhere, but it's going to be in a different place, different dimension, and this is where you're going to start being reconnect. This is what, not reconnect, but this is where you're going to connect with this person for the first time in your life. So someone mind-blowing, it's about to come through, and it's not even going to be that long, my gorgeous Aquamarini whatsoever. Okay, my gorgeous Aquarius, I love you all so much. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.